What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mell with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be discussing 5 things that I think Chevrolet may have missed the mark on when it comes to the new 2022 Silverado ZR2. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already. I upload fresh General Motors content every single week, so if that's something that you're into, be sure to tune in. Let's get into it. All right, so in my last video, I went over everything, or almost everything, about Chevy's new flagship off-roader, the 2022 Silverado ZR2. And although I think Chevy did a great job, they didn't give me everything I was hoping for. And truthfully, I didn't think I was asking for all that much. I'm going to keep this video pretty short, and at the end, I'd love to hear from you guys and see if you agree with me or not. First things first, and I think it's the elephant in the room. Why, Chevy? Why isn't this truck supercharged? The lack of forced induction is an incredible buzzkill for me, as I'm sure many of you know if you've watched some of my other videos. Now, some of you may argue it's not a necessary feature, but let's be real, nothing about this truck is necessary, so that argument kind of goes out the window. Now, perhaps it was left out to keep the price point down, maybe, but a pretty stuffed up Trail Boss is just shy of $50K, so I'd expect the ZR2 to be quite a bit higher than that. And if we're talking Raptor or TRX price range, that's going to make choosing the ZR2 a much harder choice for that type of customer. Now, I don't think it's going to be priced that high. I think it's probably going to be just under 60, but we're going to have to wait and see what Chevy says. But like it or not, big power numbers attract customers and headlines. And I think just the marketing attention alone would have made supercharging the ZR2 a no-brainer. I mean, guys, couldn't you have at least made it an option? Maybe I'm asking for too much, but the good news is that the 6.2 has been around for a long time. So there is no shortage of aftermarket options when it comes to forced induction. So you know what? We can always slap a supercharger on this thing later on. Let's move on. The second thing the ZR2 is missing, and this might be as important, if not more than the supercharger for me. I'm actually torn as to which one I care about more. I really wanted this thing to be wide body. And although Chevy says the truck's flared, it really doesn't appear, at least in the videos, to be all that much wider than the regular Silverado. I was hoping for something more like the Jackal right here from Pax Power. This truck's stance is executed flawlessly. I mean, just look at it. I mean, look at the GMC version. I'll actually be uploading a full video about the Jackal later on this week, so if that's something that you're going to be interested, subscribe. I think if the ZR2 had more of this wide-body pre-runner look, I could forgive them for no supercharger. After all, an aftermarket supercharger install is relatively easy in comparison to turning a truck into a wide-body, but, you know, let me know what you think. The last 3 things, honestly, are relatively minor. The first being the wheels. They're just kind of meh. I mean, they don't look all that much different than the current Trail Boss wheels, and with Chevy promoting the ZR2 as their flagship off-roader, I think they could have done a little bit more with the design. Wheels make a massive difference in the look of a truck, and anyone who sells vehicles knows that the right wheels make all the difference. It's literally wheels are like a make or break item. Thankfully, once again, there's no shortage of aftermarket options, so that's going to be a really easy fix for anyone like me who's going to be craving something different. Next has to be the 4-wheel steering. That would have given the ZR2 the ability to crab walk like the Hummer EV. Now, this certainly isn't a feature that I'm heartbroken to not see available in the truck, but I do think it would have given the ZR2 something to talk about that no other truck offers. It's debatable as to the real-world uses off-road, but still, I think it would have been really cool to see. The last thing, now that I'm thinking about Hummer EV, this was actually only going to be 4 items, but now that I'm thinking Hummer EV, it would have been nice to include the underbody cameras with the ZR2. After all, it's never a bad thing to be able to see the giant sharp rock that you're crawling over while off-road, and once again, it would have been something that would differentiate it from all of its competitors. Now, I know I just kind of beat up the 2022 Silverado ZR2 in this video, but honestly, I'm really excited about the truck. And the only thing that's making me not say this will be my next truck is the fact that I have yet to see the 2022 Sierra AT4X. And if the ZR2 is any indication of what we're going to receive in the AT4X, I cannot wait to see that truck. Join the conversation. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on the new Silverado ZR2. Do you agree with me on the 5 missing features, or maybe there's something else that I didn't suggest that you think would have made the truck better? I know a lot of people want to like long travel suspension, but you know, let me know. As always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe once again if you aren't already. Be sure to check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your OEM GM parts needs. And I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks again, guys. Take care.